I have a family of 4 now, and I really needed a bigger car, so we sold both of our cars and bought this used Ford Transit 250 with 70k miles for $34,000. It had great carFax, um, and it was just like empty. So I'm pretty sure that this was used as a construction vehicle, as like a crew van. I like that the Ford Transit Crew has the windows in the second row, so you don't have to cut out your own, and they just fit perfectly for that second row. So immediately the van came with this broken vent that was 50 bucks. Found that on eBay. I put some rain guards over the front windows, and you can see here in the back it's just like a metal truck bed, and there's not much going on here. It really is just like a base F-150 truck bed in the back, and it really echoes and rattles, so I get to work on that. And then they have these fake speaker holes in the back. There's no speakers in the back, those are just fake, and they have this really handy light. So I really want to add the OEM Ford rubber mat here. I'll show you guys how I did that with the Crew second row, considering that in mind, and how we cut that out. The first thing I did was I took out those fake speaker coverings on the back doors. I used this air pump pry bar thing to get those to pop out pretty easily. And interestingly, when I took those out, I found the biggest screwdriver I've ever seen. If you look right there, this gigantic screwdriver was inside the back door for some reason. Anyways, I have a gigantic screwdriver now. So I put these door organizers on the back instead of those fake speaker plastic coverings. These are made by VanEssential. I bought these on Amazon with my own money, and they're really well made. It has this little table covering there. You can zip things up. Here on the other side, they have multiple organizer things with these nice clasps. Anyways, just showing how many different options there are with these door organizers on the back. I feel like there are a ton of options, and then there's those organizers on that top section as well. That was just wasted space. So they came up with a nice solution. I bought it. Nice job, VanEssential. They also make window coverings, which I'll show later on. It's just nice products. So this van did not have a tow hitch, so I put one on, and I also put on the trailer wiring. That was a pain, but I did it. And I bought the Takonsha trailer wiring kit from eTrailer. That's the one to buy. I just bought this Ford Transit with 70,000 miles, and it's making a weird noise when it starts, and I think it's the starter motor. I'm gonna record it, and this is a 2020 Ford Transit 250. And I think the starter motor has gone bad, so let's give it a listen. Look at that, I just hit 72,000 miles, so bad starter, 72,000 miles, but listen again. It did it briefly there again. I'll try to slow down the video and recreate that sound. I'm also going to ask them to give me the old starter so we can look at it after. I think Ford would have charged me over $1,000 to install this out of the factory, so I just bought this on the Ford accessory website and put some time into it and figured out how to install it by myself, and I torqued it to spec, if anyone's wondering. Okay, I'm taking the spare tire off via this contraption and to put on the trailer hitch, which I have over there. I'm installing this Ford Transit hitch, and I'm using two ramps to hold it up closer to the frame. I'm going to use that to lift it up. But the weirdest thing happened. You need to take off these 2 bolts, and as I was trying to do that on both sides, I snapped them off completely. So the bolts are gone there, but the bolts are on the other side is still there. Same there. See, the bolts are gone on that side. But if you come over here, the other side is there. They all snapped off. It's crazy. But I'm gonna put this new one on, and I guess I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get those out. I have no idea. So I had to have 2 people help me get that up into place to get the bolts through, and then I was able to torque it to spec on my own. So it is a 2 to 3 person job. It's heavy. You'll need to use some things to assist you to hold it up there, but you can do it. The next step is installing the trailer hitch wiring, which I would recommend the Takonsha wiring kit. I just got this high roof transit, and it did not come with any flooring, just the base flooring, which is fine. I don't really care. I wanted to build this out myself the way I wanted it. And I got the crew configuration, so there's airbags around, which is nice for those rear seats, but this whole back area I'd like to put in just a normal rubber mat. There's some dents. I got this used with 70,000 miles. Seemed like a good deal. I've already got it muddy, but I want to put in an OEM rubber floor mat from Ford that has the carpet lining on the bottom. That makes this a lot quieter, because when you drive this around, it's just like a tin can. So in this gigantic box from Ford, I got the Ford OEM rubber mat, which comes with the nice plastic side skirts for front and back. And the top is rubber, so you can walk around on it. And underneath, fits perfectly to the grooves. So this is exactly what you need if you want an OEM Plus Ford Transit. Here's the name of the part number, FK4Z, that's how it starts. I have the regular wheelbase 148 Transit, and it cost me $510, or $545 altogether. Not too bad for flooring. I really didn't want to put in like wood flooring or something. This just has the nice pad on it. So the first step for me is to clean up all this mess, and then I'm going to lay it out, take the rear seat out and cut out the holes for the crew passenger seating so that fits in there perfectly. Right now that won't sit flat because I need to get rid of the rail holes for that. Oh well, and my kid put a little bunny there. I'm going to clean this up, put that in, cut those holes out, and it should look pretty nice. So here's some footage of us cutting out the holes for those crew rails in the seating in the second row. I have some footage of how thick that rubber mat is from Ford. It actually is pretty nice. It has a thick first nice rubber layer that water will not get through, and then this foam pad on the bottom, so that should help with sound quite a bit. Again, for reference, this is how it looked before I put in the rubber OEM mat, and it comes with the plastic that covers that really bad step right there. And this is how it looks after. So it has that black plastic skirt right here, which covers the metal end, and then the rubber OEM mat. And then my wife did a great job cutting out the crew rail holes right here and getting those all nicely lined up. I can't believe Ford doesn't sell it like this. It's crazy to me. Anyways, this is my OEM Plus Ford Transit. This is how it should look if you buy a Ford Transit Crew. And you can also see right in through all of the windows. So I paid $800 to tint all of the windows. I can't remember the percentage, but this is the one that seemed most reasonable. You can see through if you go up to it, which is fine with me. I just put these L tracks in my Ford Transit, and it was actually pretty easy. You just have to drill holes for the riv nuts, and then these things come out pretty easily. Pretty nicely designed. This L-track is made by VanEssential. They also make these window coverings that I bought. This is how the rib nuts look before I put the L-track on it. This side looks pretty good. It's very easy to take those things in and out. I think this can hold a lot of weight. I put in quite a few rib nuts on each side. Overall, I feel like this is a very practical setup for Ford Transit. Just leaving the back open, having a bunch of hooks so I can hang things, put boxes in here, tie everything down. Voila, it's going to be the best van ever because it's going to be usable instead of having a bunch of crap everywhere. And then you have to walk down the middle. There's no room for anything. I have all this space. I could have a dance party in here. But VanEssential, go buy their products. They're very nice. It's worth the money. I also bought this external keypad. That was like 120 plus 80 install at the dealer. And then for a battery system, I bought a DJI Power 1000. There it is. And that plugs into the 12 volt. And then I can power a fridge in the back of the van via 12 volt or using my Noco Boost GB70. That's getting down to temperature currently. I have another video on that, but I got to test that out on a Redwoods trip recently. This all worked well. Okay, this is the current state of the van. I have this box that I put in from RB Components. I have a bunch of stuff in there, like chairs and extra blankets and things. I still have access to all of my tie downs. I put the Ford OEM liner in. I have this electric Renogy cooler that I got on Amazon, and that plugs into the DJI Power 1000. And that works like a UPS system. I have another video on that if you want to watch that. And I just have that bungee corded down just to hold it down in place. And I've bought all of these window coverings, so I simply can just go like this. Whoa. One-handed. Cover up the windows. And then I have kill mat on all the blank metal surfaces. So all of these window coverings can go up for blackout, and then those go on the middle crew windows. And then my dog kennel goes here. This is a large dog kennel. So I can sit on this RB Components box. We can sit on that cooler. It's like a bunch of seating in here. That works great. And then I like the Ford Transit Crew because you can have this middle row. So I have 2 car seats and then me and my wife. I put a swivel seat up there so you can swivel that seat. And we still have all of this headroom. So when we fill this up, I have a cargo net that holds everything down in place because I still have access to all of the truck tie down points. So this is the system so far.